friends, today I would like to talk about the life of Gautam Buddha and his religion. Buddhism, like Jainism, was another attempt at reformation of Hinduism. It also seems to have arisen primarily like Jainism as a protest against the animal sacrifices in yajnas and joined in Vedic ritualism. Some of the sections of the people begin to strongly feel that first and foremost a strict moral and ethical conduct should be the basis for the right living, and therefore that perfect ethical code of life should be given preference over any formal religion. They felt that these were rather abstract subjects with so many conflicting and varying options about their nature, and giving scope for confusion in the minds of average people. They saw no merit in the sacrificing of animals in practice of Vedic ritualism. This was the school which later brought forth one of the greatest religious reformers of the world in the person of Gautam Buddha, who founded a code of life that came to be known as Buddhism. Buddhism emphasizes the ethical aspect of life, like the Upanishads. It makes religion primarily a matter of inner life for purification of the mind and promotion of self-conduct. The main events of Buddha's life are well known. The Purnima, or the full moon day of the month of Vaisakha, is connected with three important events in the life of Buddha: his birth, his enlightenment, and his parinirvana. It is the most sacred day of the Buddhist calendar. Buddha's parinirvana was said to have taken place in the year 445 BC, when he was 80 years of age. Buddha was the son of the king of Kapilavastu Suddhodana. He grew up in luxury, was married to Yasodhara, had a son by name Rahula, and led a sheltered life in a palace, veiled from the miseries of the world. On one occasion, when he went out of his palace, he saw an old man and realized all men were subjected to the weakness of age. Saw a sick man and realized that all men were liable to sickness and suffering. Saw a corpse and felt that all men were subjected to death. Lastly, he saw an ascetic who was radiating a great peace and happiness in his face. When Buddha asked who he was, the mendicant told the prince, "I am an ascetic. In fear of birth and death, I have left the home life to gain liberation." The sight of the holy man, strong in body, cheerful in mind, impressed Buddha strongly with the conviction that the pursuit of religion was the only goal worthy of man, and that he was also must strive to gain freedom from old age, and freedom from sickness, and freedom from all sorrows of the life by the ascetic's example. Thereupon, Buddha left his wife, child, and his home, which was the palace, went out into the forest seeking enlightenment of the spirit. 7 years later, at Bodhagaya, under the shade of Bodhi tree, while sitting in the state of deepest and most profound meditation, he obtained enlightenment. After enlightenment, he wished to preach to the world the knowledge he gained and said to himself, I shall go to the Benares and there I will light the lamp to drive out the darkness in the world. I will beat the drums that will awaken mankind. I shall teach the law. Buddha traveled from place to place, touched the lives of hundreds and thousands of people, high and low, princes and peasants and all. They all came under the spell of his great personality, which always radiated peace, love, and overflowing compassion. He taught for 45 years the beauty of charity and the joy of renunciation and the primarily need for an ethical life, compassion, simplicity, and equality. At the age of 80, at Kushinagara, on the banks of the river Hiranyavati, in the grove of sala trees, Buddha passed into parinirvana. In his last moments, he tells Ananda, his disciple, who was lamenting mournfully, Ananda, do not weep, do not despair. Maybe you are thinking you have no guru or master, but that must not be. So Ananda, the doctrine I have taught will be your master henceforth. He added, addressing all his disciples, I say unto you now, O monks, all things are perishable. Work out your deliverance with geniusness. The wheel of Dharma, which Buddha set rolling from Sarnath at Benares, had passed through in the times that followed most parts of Asia. Buddha, who was rightly called the light of Asia, continues to shine in the hearts of men in the entire world over till today and would continue to do so far ever. So, my dear friends, this is about the video of life of Buddha. In my next video, you will find the teachings of Buddha. Thank you very much for your patience listening. Yours, Santosh Kumar, Karimilli.